What's up? Happy Wednesday. This is Keith with Profit Lifter. Today, I'm excited about this topic that we're going to talk about. We are going to help you avoid all of the crap inside of your business because look, running a business has a lot of moving pieces, a lot of nuance, but as business owners, it's so easy to get wrapped up in crap. So let's talk about it. Let's dive in, and I'm gonna give you seven different tips today on how to avoid crap, how to optimize your time, and really just focus on lifting your profit. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do is be your profit lifters. So what is crap? How do you avoid it? So C.R.A.P is this acronym from one of my favorite speakers that I met, and it actually developed into a really cool friendship with his son. C.R.A.P is actually it's an acronym for constantly reacting to anything but profit. So C.R.A.P in today's lesson is going to be constantly reacting to anything but profit. And if you want to lift your profits, you've got to get rid of the crap. You cannot be spending your time chasing things that don't work, doing all this stuff. So I'm going to give you 7 no BS strategies for staying focused to actually make money and cutting through the noise and getting your business on track and getting you the most profitable that you can be in the fastest amount of time as possible, because that's what's fun. That's what we're all about. So if you're hanging out with me here, give me a hi, drop me a hi. Let me know where you're hanging out with me at inside of the comments. It helps to boost the post and makes it fun, so I know who's hanging out with me today. All right, let's hop in. So first, we need to define what is a profit lifting activity. What can you be doing inside of your business that's actually going to be making you some money, that is going to leave you with that sense of fulfillment, knowing that you've done everything that you can do to really take your business to the next level at the end of the day, the end of the week, the month, the quarter, the year, the life. Like, this is an ongoing thing. So what are some of the profit lifting activities that I want you to be focusing on? 1, client engagement, talking to leads, closing deals. Look, as a business owner, especially as a startup, if you're getting going, you have got to be on the phones. You've got to be talking to people. All of the best and most successful entrepreneurs that I know, that I work with, that are in my networks, that I connect with, they all have this one thing in common, and they know how to sell. If you don't know how to sell, you are going to constantly struggle with your business. If you do know how to sell, let's say you're an amazing salesperson, you know how to get out there, you know how to make it happen, you know how to close deals, you know how to negotiate. If you're not spending more time talking to people, if you're not spending more time closing deals, what you're doing is you're actually positioning yourself, and you're missing out on those crucial conversations to know how their businesses react, how things work for them, giving you new ideas, finding out problems, overcoming obstacles, overcoming objections. All of this stuff is going to have such a dynamic impact on your business because, 1, it's going to make you more money because nobody's going to close a deal like you close a deal, because at the end of the day, you are going to be way more passionate about your product, about your services than anybody else out there. So you having that initiative is going to help you, especially in the startup phase. Now, as you start growing, as you start hiring teams, as you start working through that, this is definitely going to change, but the concept is still the same. Like, what are your high value activities? What are the things that are going to drive profit into your business, put money in your pocket, and grow and help you grow? So client engagement, follow up with past clients. Take some time, pick up the phone. This is a great opportunity for you to connect with people that are currently using your services or who have used them. And it's going to give you some incredible feedback and insight on how people actually interact with your business, the perception of what they have, and the experiences they're having. Next, offer development, building, launching offers. Product development, working on products, like what kind of products can you bring in? How can you additionally monetize your business? How can you just get out there in front of more people? How can you get more eyeballs? Working on your offer, work on building and launching offers. And this could be running paid ads. It could be live streams, it could be JVs, it could be affiliate networks, and it can also get into like different product offers. Like, what are some more products that you can bring to the table? What are some products that you can offer that's going to boost your revenue? And it may not be like upfront, but it may be that you're boosting your revenue through upsells, through cross sells, through JVs. But these are the things that I want you to be thinking about. How can you get in front of more eyeballs? How can you get more products? How can you expand your offers and get you to a point where you're constantly just building a profit center for yourself? Then I want you to be thinking about retention strategy, enhancing your client experience, building strategic partnerships, looking at how you can make your current clients so happy with you that like they don't think about talking about anybody else except for you and what you offer and what you do for your business. So these are three, but this is something that I want you to brainstorm on as well. Like, what are some of the things that you could be doing to enhance your ability to enhance your profitability? What can you be doing to take your business and really make it profitable? And if what you're doing doesn't make you more profitable, stop doing it. That's the crap we're trying to avoid. All right, so let's talk about that. It leads right into this. Here's some of the crap that I want that we need to be thinking about. And again, we've got this. This is just kind of a recap or just a high level concept with it. But this is where you could start digging down yourself. Like, if you leave at the end of the day, if you walk out of your office and you feel like you didn't get anything accomplished, it means that you spent your day on crap. That's it. Like, you didn't make profits. You didn't do anything to drive your growth. You may have been constantly reacting to everything except for profit, everything else. So some of the crap that I want you to focus on avoiding: one, shiny object syndrome. Just because it's shiny, just because it's out there, just because it's new, does not mean that it's right for you. Chasing new software or tools with no real ROI, return on investment. Shiny object syndrome happens a lot, especially for entrepreneurs, because we're so gullible sometimes when it comes to marketing. Like, we'll see an ad that's like, hey, you could save 20 hours a week by doing this one simple task. And now we're spending 20 hours trying to figure out what that one simple task is. That's what I want you to avoid. Stop like chasing the latest trends. And that's actually the next one: trend jumping, leaping into every new hack or trend without validation. I'm going to share with you. I know I'm in the tech world and I deal a lot with technology. I am not an early adapter of technology, and there's a reason for that. I cannot tell you how many times I've been burnt on the latest, greatest, best upcoming thing that's happening, the shiny object, the new trend. Like, everybody's doing this. If you're not going to do it, you're going to lose millions of dollars, blah, 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 blah. And then you find out like a month, 2 months, 6 months, even a year later, that trend was just absolutely worthless. And for me, this even goes deeper. Like, I'm this way even when I'm implementing new tech. To give you to prove how committed I am to this, I just upgraded my iPhone from iPhone 11 to iPhone 16. There were 5 releases that I have not touched. And the only reason I did this one is because I had to. But it took time, it took money, it took energy to be able to go through that. And not only that, I don't like buying the newest thing until the bugs have been worked out. And it's the same thing with trend jumping. If you just constantly chase the newest trends, if you constantly go after and like, I've got to jump on this now, you are going to be spending an insane amount of time on something that may not be ready to launch. It may not be working. Like, you've just got to avoid and be strategic with your time. Make sure that you're not chasing trends. Next is copycat behavior. I love this concept of copycat behavior because I see this all the time where people come to me and like, hey, I want to do this like this company. You're not that company. If you're so busy chasing what other people are doing and you don't have a strategy behind it, you're not thinking through like the minutia of what does this actually look like. What you're going to be doing is building a shell of what somebody else has built without the substance, without the underneath. So for example, I'll use one of our products. We have our Snap-on library, and we're in the middle of tweaking this. If somebody else looks at it, they're like, oh, I could do this, and they can put up all the shiny stuff, but it doesn't get into the deep automations, the work, the all the stuff behind the scenes that actually make the product work and go. Copycat behavior will set up a shell of what should be there, where you're going to feel like you can start selling, but your product isn't ready. Your stuff isn't in order. And so you basically, you get out there and you start selling it, and your retention starts your retention rates just start like skyrocketing, or your churn rate. Sorry, your retention should skyrocket, but your churn rate, people will start dropping out of your services. They'll start canceling because your product isn't fully developed. And this is systemic of it being a copycat behavior. Hey, thanks, Bill. Good to see you on here. You are a rock star in your own rights. I hope you are doing amazing today, Bill. But copycat behavior, make sure that you're not out there just mimicking what others are doing for the sake of having a shell, the sake of looking like you're competitive in the market. If you're going to mimic others, if you're going to copycat what somebody else is doing, take the time to do it right. Because look, if you're copying somebody else's systems, marketing, any products, product structure, all of that, it can absolutely work, but you're not going to be first in market. So if you can't be first in market, then be best in market. Say it again. That was a really good line. If you can't be first in market, then be best in market. Copycat behavior makes it where you are neither. So if you find a concept that you absolutely love, run with it, grab it, but develop it. And instead of being first in market, focus on being best in market. Next, I want you to avoid endless tweaking, over customizing systems instead of selling. I have an old mentor of mine when I was first running a credit repair company that dropped this line, and now me and a lot of my friends that I met through this guy say the same thing. Done is better than perfect, because perfect never gets done. Done is better than perfect because perfect never gets done. Meaning that you can spend just massive amounts of time getting in and tweaking things that don't really need to be tweaked. And now you are reacting to something that's not profit. It's not driving business. It's not driving revenue. And this could be as simple as like editing images. It could be building flyers, things like that may be good in its own right, but it's not creating profit. So don't spend all this time tweaking things, spending hours on things that aren't really relevant to your profitability, but rather focus on getting things complete, getting it out there, and then giving it time. And I'll show you how it all fits together here in just a little bit, because there are times that you do need to tweak. There are times that you do need to exhibit copycat behaviors. There are times that you need to focus on trends and shiny objects, but don't get into a point where it's your MO. It's who you are. And we all know these people. We've all dealt with these people that we talk to, and like they're like, oh, here's the new thing. And the new thing is just always a new thing. It's always a new thing. All right. So here's our 7 steps to avoiding crap. First, set a weekly profit plan. Choose 1 to 3 profit tasks a week. Nothing else matters until these are complete. Like, these should be your central focus. You as the CEO, the owner, the head honcho, the big cheese, you need to know what your 3 things that you're going to accomplish are. And I wouldn't even say weekly. Like, this should be a daily activity. What's the 1 to 3 things that you're going to do to drive more profit to your business? And now remember, profit isn't just always sales. It could also be like eliminating waste. It could be restructuring. There's a lot of different ways. But from there, I want you to set up those 1 to 3, and then I want you to execute with focus. Examples: launching Office, testing ads, follow up with leads. Have these mapped out, put them in there, and have a strategy to be able to execute them, and then focus in on them. Like, you should not feel like you are done until you actually have completed your profit task. And then build intentionality. Create clarity in your schedule and actions. Don't just assume because you wrote them out that it's going to get done. If you don't have a plan to succeed, you have a plan to fail. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's one of my other mantras. I'm just going to throw them all out at you today because there are a lot of them that I have that I like using. Next, adopt the 70-30 rules. This is number 2 in your attempts to avoid crap. Adopt the 70-30 rule. 70% revenue generation, 30% back end. So 70% of your focus on sales calls, client meetings, offer creation, marketing, actually being in front of people, doing the things that drive money. And then 30% on the back end admin tasks, creative work, planning. And now I'm a huge proponent of planning. I love planning. Like I think it leads to profitability, but the actual like going through and setting up projects, setting up tasks, setting up all this stuff, it's important, but that's why we're giving it allocating it this 30%. Because as you get going, as you're growing, if you're not spending 70, 75, 80% of your time focusing on generating revenue, then you're spending your time not making money. Like that's the whole point of this. So adopt the 70-30 rule. Again, generate revenue. What's gonna drive your profits? What's gonna increase your profit margin? These are what I want you to focus on, and then allocate the other 30% for back end work. And the way that I would do this, one of the tips here will actually break this down. All right, next, automation. Automate, dominate. Automate with the CRM. What should you be automating? Lead responses. When somebody comes in, you shouldn't be automatically like going in and crafting an email form. Your automation should do that for you. Follow-up sequences, knowing who to call, when to call, how to call, all of that stuff. That's not stuff that is not something that you should be doing on your own. This should be an automated process so that your SOPs are intact. Because once you have all this in, this is stuff that you can bring on other people to actually help you with. What else can you automate? Campaign launches, launching new campaigns for your business. Client onboarding can be automated. Why it works? Automation removes crap at its root. This is why I love automation. Like if you get to like people who get to know me. By the way, my birthday is Friday, so any of you guys watching, if you want to celebrate with me, do it. Like it's my birthday. It's fun. But my wife is like, she's struggling. She's like, I don't know what to get you for your birthday because you're such a minimalist. Like you don't need stuff. I'm like, exactly. I don't need crap. I don't need extra stuff that's going to take me away from my primary purpose, my primary focuses of what I'm working on. Automation removes that. It removes repetition. It removes the distractions. It removes delays. So you want to make sure that everything is as automated as much as you possibly do. Bill, I always say, do you know what the opposite of success is? Perfect. That is great. I love that. What is the opposite of success? Perfect. That is such a good, Bill, I love that. Thank you for that feedback. That is perfect. I will give you that. Systems like Profit Lifter make a plug and play, easy to use, ready to use workflows. We make it fast and easy. And like if you look at how I built Profit Lifter, I built it to eliminate the crap in your business. You don't have to go through and create sales pipelines and landing pages, email. Happy early birthday. Yeah, you got it. Thanks, Bill. But you don't have to go through and create all this stuff. Like I created Profit Lifter with the sole purpose and intention of eliminating the crap in your ability to run and manage your marketing, run your sales, all of that, because that's when you're most profitable. All right. Now, I told you I was going to be talking about some ways that you can optimize this. So what I think this is number 4 on our list. We're going to block time for money-making work, meaning schedule it. If it's not scheduled, it won't happen. If it's not in writing, it will not happen. Get it on your Google Outlook calendar, whatever calendar you live by, put it on there. And if you are not living by a calendar, live by a calendar. This should be like you should immediately like use your calendar for everything, because if you're not managing your time is managing you. If you're not managing your time is managing you. Next, schedule it, protect it, treat these blocks as non-negotiable appointments. Be diligent with this. Look, I've got ADHD. I will chase squirrels with the best of them. Like my squirrels will get fighting in my head, and I mean, it'll just turn into like this little chaos party up there. But I find that if I'm diligent at setting my time, at time blocking, and then protecting it, treating it like it's a real appointment, like I'm meeting with a client, at that point, now I have time to focus, and it helps me to stay on track, because I know that like I'll set up my time blocks in like 30-minute increments, because I know if I go over 30 minutes, that's when the distractions start. There's actually, I'm trying to think of the actual name of it, but there's a productivity practice, and basically what they teach you is a 25-5 rule, meaning that you time block for 25 minutes, you focus during that 25, and then you take the last 5 minutes as a break. And I love this because it gives you that transition time to really start to focus on, okay, you know what, I'm wrapping up this task, what's the next one? And it gives you that ability to have those ADHD moments, like is what I like to call them, the squirrel moments, that you can just kind of chase things, look through Facebook or whatever. You have that ability to just focus in and grind, and then shut off your brain and go, you know what, I've got time after I'm done with this, and then step back and then just then unwrap from that task and get yourself ready for the next one. And then next, repeat it. So schedule it, protect it, and repeat it. Repeat it, create daily money blocks. I like that better than time blocking. To create money blocks for consistent results. These money blocks, and what I was saying, what I was talking about with your 70-30 rule of 70% profit activity, 30% crap, the admin activities, things like that. That's what you want to time block out. Time block out that 30%, because the rest of your calendar should be open to talking with clients, talking with leads. But go through your day, and like if you're working 10 hours a day, you would take 3 hours and allocate that for, okay, I need to get payroll done. I need to get these bills paid. I need to do this, and have it set up on that side. But now you could look at your week and go, okay, you know what? I've got 70% of my time that is open for profit lifting activities. So money block, I like that. I'm adopting that and using it moving forward here. Next, number 5, avoid comparison traps. Comparison traps, I think, are one of the most detrimental things for us as entrepreneurs, because it is so easy to look at what other people are doing from the outside and assume that they're successful. And we assume that what they're doing is good, and it's going to have like this tremendous impact. But the thing that I have learned more often than not is that while you're busy comparing yourself to everybody else, you're not seeing the struggles of what they're going through. Like, you don't actually know if they're doing good. And so your time comparing yourself to everybody else, everything else that's going on, is a waste of your time. This is how you end up building things you don't need. Chasing solutions is because you're so busy trying to compete with somebody else that you don't even know what they're really doing, that you're just spinning your wheels. So to avoid comparison traps, 1, focus on your unique value. Focus on only what you can offer. Let me give you an example. If you want me to sit down and just create like this detailed strategy I can't say that. I can actually do that. But there are some things that I am not good at. Like, okay, here's a great example. If you want me to get on the phone and talk with you for an hour, and you want me to do this every day, it's not going to happen. I struggle talking to my team every day. I struggle talking to my partner every day, talking with Fred every day, because like, it's just not how I'm wired. It's not something that only I can offer. But what I can offer is to sit behind my computer and map out all these detailed plans, all these strategies, these SOPs, start putting together product offers, and figure out our pricing, figure out our automation strategies, and then hand it over to the team, and then let them get going on it and get them working on it. That is my unique value. And so when I'm looking at comparison traps for me, I look at, they're like, oh, we're going to handhold everybody. I'm like, I don't want to handhold you. You're a whole grown entrepreneur. You need to be out there doing the stuff yourself. So I look at it and I'm like, what only I can offer is a way to automate, as a way to simplify your systems. And that's what I turned into one of our unique value propositions. Next is your ideal audience. Build for not yourself and what other people are doing. Build specifically for your audience. If you are not building for your audience, then I don't even know what you're doing. Like if you're not building for your audience, who are you building for? Like you need to be building products and services based off of people who are interacting with you, because those are the people that you're going to be able to sell to. And lastly, your proven results. Here's to avoid comparison traps. Think about what has worked for you. What has produced you results that nobody else is able to produce, and then refine what works. Don't blindly replicate others. It's not worth it. It's like, get creative. Look at, if you like what somebody else is doing, take it and then just go, how can I do this to fit me, to fit my unique value propositions, to fit what uniquely works for who I am? Comparison is the fastest way to kill momentum. What works for others might not work for your unique business model, your MO, your personality type. You have got to focus on what you can produce realistically in a way that you know works. Comparison is the fastest way to kill momentum. Next, number 6, track results weekly. Look, if you're not tracking it, you will not, what is it? And I had a fancy saying for it. Now it's gone. That's how much I use it. But if you're not tracking it, you're not going to actually see the full results of what's going on. Here at the bottom, this is actually a good one. What gets measured improves. What gets measured improves. Basically meaning that if you're going to measure it, now you have metrics. Now you can look at it. And then from there, you can start making decisions. Here's a great example. And I'm going to tell on myself here. But I've got a Google ad campaign running, and it's good. Like it produces, like it's not a lot. Like I think I'm running like $10 a day, so like $300 a month for it. And I just did it because like I'm like, I want traffic. I just want to start driving traffic. I want more eyeballs. I just want to see what works. I don't watch it. Like I don't, because like I know the intention of it. The intention of it for me is that's my playground where I can just throw stuff in there, see how it performs, see what's working, and get me results. I have lead campaigns though that like I've got just dialed in on spreadsheets that like up to the minute it's showing me, okay, here's how this publisher is performing, here's our traffic, here's our click-through rate, and then here's our opt-in rate on top of that. Like I can look at it, so I can go back and look at history, get historical context, and know exactly what that looks like, so that I can go, ooh, we made a big change here, and because of that we had a 30% increase, or hey, we made a big change here and it dropped our numbers. Track what you track will get improved. If what gets measured improves, just simply that. Be watching, like, how are you tracking your progress to profit? What are you watching? And you know, this actually I think works really well for you as an individual as well, outside of your role as the entrepreneur and CEO. If you take the time to start looking at like, okay, here's my 3 things, here's my money blocks for the week, here's what I'm going to be working on. If you track that and you just watch your results from that alone, you're going to see such improvement and watch your standards go up just based off that alone. So track your results weekly, watch and make sure that you know what you're doing. Next, eliminate and delegate low value tasks. First, evaluate. Is this driving profit? Can someone else do it better? Yes, somebody else can do it better. I promise. That's the rules of the game. One thing, and this is such a great idea for, or such a great concept for businesses who are getting started. You do not need to be the master of everything. You need to be really good at running your business and then hiring a team that can do the work for you. I heard this analogy, and people have said it never happened, blah, 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 but I still love it because it was so impactful to me. So it was Henry Ford got called to testify in Congress one time. And they were so mad because he was making so much money with his assembly lines and with the vehicles once they were able to automate and roll things out, that Congress called him in and they were like, hey, look, we don't think that you should have this ability. You don't know anything about this stuff. And he's like, you're right. I don't know how to build a combustion engine. I don't know how to put together a transmission. But the thing that he said after that is he said, but I have a button on my desk that will allow me to call anybody on my team who does. And that right there is the key to building a successful business and to eliminate and delegate the crap out of your life is hire people who are better than you. You do not want to hire people who are worse than you, or you will be so frustrated with their results that you will go back and micromanage them. You'll go back and try to do it yourself, or you'll just get to a point where you'll be frustrated being like, well, I guess I'm just going to have to deal with lower quality. Hire people who are better than you. It's okay. Like if you're hiring for a developer and they're like, I build in Java and blah, 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 blah. You're like, cool. I have no idea what that is. So you're better than me, and get them in there, start and let them educate you. Let them show you what's important for you to know about their position. There's nothing wrong with that. So eliminate or delegate low tasks by evaluating what's driving profit and can someone else do it better. Eliminate, cut tasks that don't contribute to revenue growth. That is such an easy one that it doesn't even bear repeating. I would unquestionably like to work out some type of consult. Delegate. Last, use VAs, AI, or software for necessary but low value work. AI should have already transferred should have already transformed every single thing that you're doing within your business. If you're not leveraging AI, do it. Like, look, I had the worst experience of my life the past, not my life. I've had some really bad experiences, but I had such a devastating blow over these past couple of weeks. I was using ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT. I had it on the personal pro plan. And so I had this just massive list of projects, all of these chats in here, just beautifully organized. And just, it was singing like a freaking dream. And so I was like, I want you to use this for my team. And so I upgraded to Teams. And when I upgraded to Teams, it erased everything out of ChatGPT. Like a year and a half worth of just brain dump and working through processes and systems. And I mean, like, I was dumbfounded. Like, I did not realize how much I was relying on chat until that happened. But it showed me that, like, I'm using AI now like I use the internet. Like, not having AI there wouldn't cripple my business, but man, I would not get near as much done as fast as I do. Delegate, use VAs, use AI or software necessary for low value work. Like, you shouldn't be touching crap. Time is money. Don't waste your time on a 10-hour work. Don't waste your time on $10 an hour work when you could be doing $1,000 hour activities. So I think that's just, leave that there. Don't waste your time on $10 an hour work when you could be doing $1,000 work activities. Think of it like that. Like, just if you were hiring yourself as a CEO, would you be doing the same things that you're doing if you hired you for that job? But eliminate those tasks. Delegate. This is how you know what a team, who to hire. When you start hiring, you need to be looking at, okay, where am I spending all this time? What are the tasks that I'm doing that I need to just be hiring out to a VA, to an employee, to somebody on my team? All right. Summary: stay out of crap. Summary to staying out of the crap. 1, plan weekly. Set 1 to 3 profit driving priorities. Follow your 70-30 rule. 70% of profit building activities, 30% of crap. Revenue activities first, admin second. Number 3, automate. Let systems handle repetitive tasks. Number 4, track data, review metrics to guide decisions. The more intentional your time, the more predictable your profit. The more intentional your time, the more predictable your profit. Plan, follow, automate, and track. It's really that simple. It sounds simple, but like when you get into it, it gets very complex. I understand that. So if you need help eliminating the crap in your systems, we are always here to help. we are here to help eliminate the crap. Identify your crap. What's currently stealing your time without delivering results? And if you need help figuring that out, getting to the bottom of how we can help you eliminate the crap in your business, we would love to do that. You can learn more at profitlifter.com, or you can give us a call at 877-661-1155. And look, I'll tell you a little secret. If you pick up that phone and you call us, you can call us 24/7. You know why? Because I eliminated that crap of me having to answer the phone every time it rings, and I put my AI to work. And if you want to put your AI to work, eliminated the crap in your business, call us, text us, go to our website, schedule a consultation, or just get started. You get a 14-day free trial with us. We'd be more than happy to work with you after you get started. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you have an amazing rest of your week. And if you need anything, reach out. Again, we're at profitlifter.com, or you can call us at 877-661-1155. Hope you have an amazing